So I'm Suresh Naik. I'm founder of Harley's Fine Baking and also Exotic Coffee. So Harley's we have started out of a small gourmet cafe kind of setup. Quickly, let me tell you my background. I'm a professor. I teach in IIMs and I have a business school in Gachibowli. So happily retired teaching my students and mentoring them and giving them some entrepreneurial guidance and all. So 2020 when COVID came, so all my travel just got an halt and I was staying at home. So my wife came and my wife said "Oh, you're making everybody an entrepreneur, what about me?" Then I thought, okay, what would be good for her? So I felt she's good at baking and good at some food and beverages side. So taking all my experience of traveling across the world, I figured out okay, let's make a nice cafe and patisserie for her. So I started a small boutique cafe. But otherwise, when a professor starting a cafe or a coffee shop, that should have some R&D and also new products in line. So then I started doing research on what are the best cakes that are available. Then I figured out this one Russian Medovik, which is like one of the finest and the richest cake making process ever happened in the history of mankind. But somehow it is underrated, and I didn't find it available in many places because it's unlike a sponge cake where you use a lot of baking powder, baking soda, yeast and all. This particular cake is something where it is made of honey and high fiber digestive cookies. So for such a nice cake, there is no much publicity. Then I decided, okay, let me actually make some variations of this cake and try to take it to the market. And it is always difficult, for changing the culture of regular cake eating. So from the sponge cake eating to cookie cake eating, so needs a lot of effort. So, but still, I thought let me take that challenge because I am a professor myself. So educating will not be a problem. So that is where the journey of Harley started with a Medovik cake. And when I actually when I was doing my own research, I figured out cake was never eaten separate. It was cake always went well with the coffee. So like our chai biscuit, if you go to Europe, it is coffee cake. They call it as café and kuchin. That is like the ritual they in fact follow, which is like coffee and cake always they consume together. Then I felt okay, in India we are we made coffee shops separate and cake shops separate. Let me make a fine blend of a coffee and a cake shop so that let me in fact introduce this coffee drinking culture which has been happening for ages in Europe and other countries. That's where we brought in this different variations of coffee, and that coffee mapped with the right cake. So if you order a coffee in Harley's, you'll get a nice cake paired with that coffee because it's like you can't separate coffee and cake. So that's how we went on to start this nice cafe, giving some exotic coffee range and also some beautiful cakes. So my go-to places when I go to any country for the matter, it's go to a cafe, have a coffee and a cake. So deserts of every country I explore generally. So wherever I went, I just try to pick up the best dessert of that particular country. And in fact, I went on to see if you go to US, if you go to UK, anywhere, you will find places which serve desserts from across the world in those places. So when I thought of starting something in this space, I realized that there is no one dessert shop from India, or otherwise there is no brand from India which in fact went to international geographies and made its name or fame. Then I saw that there is a vacuum there. So when I started designing the cafes, or otherwise even curating the products, I always kept in mind not just to keep it in India centric, I wanted to make it an international brand. That's where everything that we've designed, like the cafe that we designed, the kind of branding and packaging, everything that we have come up with, always kept that it has to be on par or a notch above than in the international brands which are popular in the world. So that is how the Harleys and Harleys related cafe designs and packaging, everything came into existence. So I personally designed each and everything, whether it is like the cafe or whether it is the packaging, whether it is like logo, everything has been designed by me, keeping it in mind that I wanted to create a brand not for India, for the international geographies, and also to make India proud with this kind of the kind of a brand with Harleys, taking it abroad, making it a big brand. When we came up with the product line itself, I came up with a very unconventional product, which is Medovik, which nobody knows, and it's very difficult for you to take it to the market. So when we started curating this product, we have created lot of variations of this product so that it will attract, or it will match up to the palate of many people. When we are successful in doing so, like when we gave it to the public, because it's like small community, my gated community, from there locality, and then the region, then the city, then multi-city. So everywhere we got lot of good reception for this product. So the product line itself, when I chose, what I saw is like other people, they actually have gone to all the places where the bakery and patisserie is very popular, like Paris and London and all. They took inspiration from those places and they came back to India. They started something, and they always want to be on par with those country, those products. So none of them actually have created products which are like more innovative, better, and which can actually go back to even these countries and make a name. So that's where like we decided that we will make, or we will create new products in the baking industry, but otherwise not absolutely new, but otherwise let us bring those old extended recipes which are like which can be built and curated and can be brought back to the world. So one such recipe what we found was Russian Medovik, and second is tres leches. And we do some nice every dessert, whatever we do it eggless, because most of the times desserts are given as gifts, so we don't want anybody to uh, lose out on it. So that's the reason all the desserts are eggless. When you come to Harley's, you will tend to find a lot of range of desserts which are absolutely new for every segment of people. Even if you're a dessert curator, you will find the products which are completely new, and the variations are like too many, so that whatever is your taste palette, you will get that particular flavor for you to have here. So that's the major difference in the product line of Harley's. The journey started with the Medovik cake and a coffee, and then when we created some beautiful places for people to relax, people started spending more time here. And one more reason, like I have to quickly tell you that since again I'm I'm a professor, so I had to do a lot of research on every small detail. So I wanted to create cafes which are more Gen Z and Gen Alpha specific. And when it comes to Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they're unlike the millennial crowd and all. So for millennial crowd, or like boomers, they're socially very active. Like they're socially very active. They were like among the friends, they used to spend a lot of time, and human relations and human conversations were many. So because of that hyperactiveness of that generation, lot of cafes, like even Starbucks and all, they built with the theme of coming to that place and relaxing a bit. So that dark green, dark teak wood, and then light dim lights and all. That was the trend because you go there and you calm down and then sit and relax and be little peaceful and soothing. Now for this Gen Z, Zen Alpha, they are a bit like they live in little dark. So for them it's like they are isolated a bit, and that self-centric thing is more than the previous generations. So after the research, what we figured out is, for these people you need to build cafes which can lit them up. So when they come in, they should feel the vibe. They should feel like keeping their phone away for for some time and just relax and get that vibe or vibration in them. So that's a center behind in the kind of colors that we have used and the kind of all the architecture that we have built. So this is more for the Gen Z, Zen Alpha. Previously it was lower middle class and upper middle class. Today it became only middle class, and now it is lower luxury and upper luxury. Okay, because the income levels of people have gone up, and now the brands which actually position themselves into the lower luxury or upper luxury will have a bigger pie in the pyramid. So what we felt when we were engineering our prices, we felt we'll cater to the lower luxury because they can pay the premium for the quality, and for the top people it will be value for money, and for those people who are like in the upper middle class who want to upgrade themselves to a better and more quality and more premium product, we felt let us price it in such a way that it is affordable and it is reachable to those lower luxury customers. But surprising fact is like since it is a product which goes into the celebration of every household, even the lower middle class and upper middle class also, we see them they are getting Harley's products because it's became a more inspirational product for them. So it became now Harley's ka cake nahi aaya, so it's like celebration doesn't happen. So that's the place where we reached. That is why we are today the highest cake selling company in Hyderabad, and also we are doing the same in Bangalore. That's why we have received all the Swiggy, Zomato, every award that is related to cake, dessert and everything. So that's just because the kind of love that customers have given to us. The challenges, especially in F&B, is people. Okay, so you need to build the right team and right resources, in fact, to execute your vision. Okay, you can curate, you can create wonderful places, you can create wonderful products, but you should have the right people because you can't be there everywhere. One advantage because of COVID, what I in fact had was, in fact I was living with these people while making and while building products for Harleys. So all these chefs and all the supporting staff of Harleys, I happen to spend so much time with them that now I know them in and out. In fact, I know this category of people, their challenges and their their difficulties in life, in fact, pretty well. One thing is that unlike any other industry, it is only F&B industry where you have people living with you for 11 months and they just go for their native places for 1 month. Even though they have their wife, kids and all, they spend only 1 month in a year with them, and rest of the time they are with me. So first thing we decided is we have to build a family for them, because most of the time they spend with us. So I started feeling that let me take care, let me take care of them well, so that when they feel that belongingness to the place, then they will do that that extra committed, loyal and effort that is needed when you are trying to build a world-class brand. And because that is the kind of culture that we have set into the system, today we are the fastest growing bakery and a coffee chain in India. I mean, if you see in 3 years, we have created some 24 odd very fine cafes and 16 odd cloud kitchens, and in terms of revenues also we do exceptionally well. And we are dominating Hyderabad, and now like in Bangalore, and then started even Bombay. So this couldn't have been possible without the support of the team. The Russian Medovik is one of the finest and one of the richest cake making process that we have, that the entire world has ever seen. Okay, somehow it has been in the back burner, but otherwise, when we brought this product into existence, the kind of love, the kind of reception that we have received from the market. Today, what is Harley's? I should say that that is because of the Russian Medovik as a product. Like a time where Sachin Tendulkar was one player and the entire team was revolving around him. So similarly, the Russian Medovik was a product, and entire other products were revolving around them. So we felt like it's time that let's give tribute to this cake, which has made the name Harley's nationwide. We thought, okay, let us give that the name and the tribute that this particular product deserves. Then we found that anybody in the world has ever did any kind of a record on this particular cake. We figured out there is one supermarket, Spinnis in Dubai. They did a 300 kg Russian Medovik way back in 2011. Then I came back to my team and said, like, boss, there is a 300 kg cake already they broke. What shall we do? Then they said, they know that I can't accept anything that so none of them has told like sir 301 kar lenge, and like we'll make 500, we'll make 600. One of our oldest guy who knows us, who knows me very well, is like, sir, isko 10 guna kar lenge sir, we will make a 3000 kg cake. And everybody clapped for him, like kar denge chalo. So now kaise karna, how to do it, nobody knows. But otherwise, soch liya to ho jayega, everybody knows in Harley's.
Largest Medovik honey cake was achieved by Harley's India.
Today we have the largest Gen Z, Gen Alpha population compared to even the West and even the UK, US all put together. So the advantage of that is, because of this huge Gen Z, Gen Alpha population, the future of innovation in food is going to happen in India. And people are going to curate or build products for Gen Z, Gen Alpha for the world from India, because India has population to play on, population to create these products and also to cater, so that the world doesn't have the population. They have the experienced population more, so the existing brands, generally they try to cater to them, but new brands will not be able to take so much risk how much India can take. So the future of India is bright, and especially F&B segment in India, because it is India which is going to build products for the world. When we were growing, we felt like we need a more robust and more captivatingly built POS system. And after doing, again I'm a professor, so after doing my thorough research in the market, then found out that POSes, that is like now turned Restroworks, is one of the best softwares which is available in the market today, that can take care of my, especially the backend activity well. And I think the implementation of this software from last one year has given me a phenomenal development in the kind of reports I get and the kind of tightness that we brought into the system. And also there are certain filtrages and all that you find in the industry. Many things we could restrict with this software, so it's helping us a lot. We have a base kitchen. The model is we have a central kitchen and then stores and these are like very luxurious ivory launch stores, and every ivory launch store is connected to 2-3 clouds. So from base kitchen, that is central kitchen, it will go to the ivory lounge, and ivory lounge is responsible for the nearest clouds. So that's one cluster. So we work on a cluster based model wherein every cluster is divided into one ivory lounge and 3 clouds. So base kitchen transfers it to the cluster, and cluster takes care of the entire P&L of that particular cluster. So sending the items and taking care of the entire monitoring everything happens at the cluster level. Now QR ordering is something which has picked up very well, and it actually eases the front office job, and at the same time the accuracy, because wherever the human involvement is there, the accuracy in delivering the products was not up to the mark. But when it comes to the QR ordering, after the KOT system and the IoT software that Restroworks provided, I think that the service that we give to the customer has picked up very well, and the ordering accuracy also has picked up. You have a fantastic cockpit app where I get a lot of information, and every night I get to see all the reports related to what are the highest selling items of ours, and what are the which outlets have been what is the kind of performance in relevance to the previous day and previous month at the same time. And also we have segmented it in such a way that what is the performance of my desserts and beverages and food. So we get a lot of indicators from this particular app, where what are the things which we need to take extra care on, or otherwise what are the things we just need to put less effort on. So a lot of decision making we do basing on the reports that we get from, especially from the cockpit app. At management level, it becomes very easy for us to deal with it. So Harley's is a brand which is a brand of celebrations. Okay, people who come to my brand are mostly people who have some or the other celebration at home. So it's a happy place. Generally, happy people come, and that's the reason the vibe is also very happy. A lot of kids, because when they come here, they see the range of desserts. They're very happy. They're lit. They want to actually celebrate, and they have fortunately affordable parents who can buy products and give it to them. So after this observation for some time, we felt like the kids, for them, the most important thing in their life is their birthday, till the time they reach adulthood or whatever. And a lot of people are missing this birthday in their life. Then we started a foundation. The foundation is to celebrate birthdays of the kids who doesn't have parents. So no mother, no father, then Harley's will celebrate their birthday. Now I am still domestic. So Restroworks, with your international exposure and also clientele, I think wherever we are going, anyways, as a partner, we are taking you along. So your expertise and our plans of expansion, I'm hoping that they collaborate well and build a more thicker and more intense collaboration and relationship between both the partners. So when we are going global, I'm hoping that you people will be even more useful for us to build those processes which are needed for the international markets.